My name is Romain Hervé. I'm the co-founder of Ciruseo, now part of Accenture. Ciruseo is a pure player specialized in Google Cloud technologies. I've been working personally with Google as a partner for the last 12 years now. Before we get into more details about Anthos and why it unlocks the power of cloud, I'd like to say a few words about the partnership between Accenture and Google. So Accenture and Google have been working together for the last 10 years. But what's important to notice is that a couple of years ago in 2018, Google and Accenture decided to build a business group, which is the highest level of partnership that Accenture can put on the market. Since the creation of this business group, Accenture has been awarded #1 partner in the world for AI services. And we count today more than 2,200 certified consultants on Google Cloud technologies. What I want you to notice is that the investment between our two companies is just massive. Since the creation of the business group, we also score 9 specializations. So in AI, in machine learning, in infrastructure management, application development. So the position of Accenture has tremendously changed in the past 2 years. So another major topic regarding the cloud investment is the announcement that Accenture made a couple of months ago. So in September, Accenture announced the creation of Cloud First. So Cloud First is a $3 billion investment over the next 3 years to help clients across all industries to become Cloud First businesses and accelerate their digital transformation to realize a greater value at speed and at scale. So we know that cloud is here to stay, but we also know today that hybrid and multi-cloud is a future. I think Google has been probably the #1 cloud provider as a public cloud provider, and is working hard to convince customers to adopt its products. But the fact is that the world is hybrid, and the world will be hybrid and multi-cloud. I think there are 3 major trade-offs that IT encounters. The first is agility, and agility is what everyone wants, but making a lot of change fast it can bring a lot of security issues. IT is torn between helping businesses make quick changes and make sure that these changes have passed all the security audits. The second trade-off that IT encounters is reliability versus cost. Redundancy is a way to minimize downtimes, and redundancy means underutilized resources. We all know the song that, and you have heard it for years. You need to pay for more reliability, and if you purchase more redundant software, you will protect yourself better for failovers. The third trade-off is portability versus consistency. I mean, the better together comes at a cost, and the cost is lock-in. This lock-in gives consistency, but the lock-in keeps you from using the best tools, impedes you to negotiate the better prices, and impedes you to be as flexible as you want to be. This is the reason why Anthos brings this flexibility and the synthesis of all these trade-offs. So what is Anthos? Anthos is a managed platform for enterprises that want faster modernization and greater consistency in an hybrid and multi-cloud environment. Anthos has been designed for large companies with complex needs. Anthos is now available to be deployed across multiple environments, whether it's on-premise, whether it's Google Cloud, whether it's other clouds, AWS, Azure, or other Kubernetes clusters. We see with Anthos major financial benefits. The first is operational efficiency. You also see major financial benefits with developer productivity and developer security. We also see major financial benefits with increased customer retention and increased customer advocacy. So, of course, Anthos can be used to replatform VMs, and is a platform very easy to customize. But I'd like to make some zoom on how Anthos was brought on the market by Google. So it didn't happen overnight. I think Anthos is a culmination of 15 years of work. It's no secret that Google has been tackling with application orchestration problems for a long time. And Google, even today, is leveraging the father of Kubernetes. In 2013, Google open sourced a project to the world who was gathering Google's experience of operating container environments at scale. I think Kubernetes is now one of the most successful open source projects in the industry. So because Kubernetes was a bit complex to use, in 2015, Google issued and released what we call Google Kubernetes Engine, so JKE. And JKE allows customers not to have to think about installing and managing Kubernetes. And at last year, Anthos was released. So what is Anthos technology stack? Anthos runs on-premise or in the cloud. You can manage from a single pane of glass, and it's secure by design. Anthos lets you modernize in place and move faster. You can automate policy and security at scale. And of course, Anthos provides you with consistency. You can picture it as a state-of-the-art disaster recovery model with Anthos. I'd like to take some time now to explain the last reference we have with Google and Accenture with UPC Poland. So UPC is one of the largest telco company in Central and Eastern Europe. They have 1.5 million customers, and they lead in connectivity and entertainment as an entertainment provider. UPC Poland needed a more flexible, more agile, and more scalable platform to improve time to market for their new product and services. Hybrid cloud environment would allow them to develop applications using cloud native tools that can be deployed on-premise or the cloud, and would increase the efficiency and productivity of IT teams, developers, and administrators. So how did it go, and how did we help between Accenture and Google and UPC? So we worked with the customer to design and build a highly scalable platform with Anthos as a key component to provide a multi-cluster containerization. And this solution is able to run in a hybrid cloud environment. How did the story happen with the customer? I mean, we did a POC in 6 weeks and convinced UPC not to go with a private cloud model, which was the initial model they wanted to go with. What's very interesting with UPC and is that now that they are using Anthos heavily, they see more benefits that they had previously scheduled. And the top one benefit they see is the increased engagement among the staff they have, because their people now focus on their core responsibility rather than infrastructure management. I have also to say that Accenture and Google performed this ref in the middle of the COVID, and it's in itself an exploit. At Accenture, we have built what we call the Tiger team, Anthos Tiger team. So it's a dedicated elite team of 70 resources assembled to head Anthos projects and harvest all the lessons learned from this technology. So Anthos is, I think, the story of Anthos is only at the beginning. The great example this week is a new announcement that Google made with OVH Cloud. So it's a new strategic partnership that was announced, and it demonstrates that when a local player or a European player in this case wants to tackle to address digital sovereignty, it goes all in with Google. So the sovereign cloud or the digital sovereignty is the topics that you will hear more and more, I think, for this decade. What we are calling with digital sovereignty is the ability for an organization to use cloud services and to exercise autonomous control over the data ownership. And this is something you will hear more and more. I mean, customers, especially in EMEA and Asia, are increasingly concerned about digital sovereignty. So of course, GCP on its own can address but not resolve all the requirements we see for this digital sovereignty. And what Google is bringing is what we call disconnected Anthos. And this disconnected Anthos is the solution for the last mile operational sovereignty and isolation requirements that GCP, the Google Cloud Platform, cannot meet. I think it's a very interesting moment for the cloud industry, and especially with Anthos, and how Anthos can bring the best of both worlds. So Google has spent the last 15 years to develop great products on a cloud model, and now Google is working hard to make all these great products available on a disconnected mode. So now we are talking about Anthos disconnected, but there is also BigQuery, so Omni BigQuery, so the availability of the database product of Google to be also disconnected and available disconnected. So you will be able to run Google products in your private data center if you want. Of course, the downside is that you will not be able to benefit from all the compute from Google if you do that, but the movement, this movement that Google is playing is very important, I think, for the industry. And the announcement from OVH and Google shows that when you want to be free from lock-in and that you want to make sure that you benefit from open source technologies, you see that an operator, a local operator, a European operator, who could have been seen as a competitor from Google, is choosing Google as a partner to tackle cloud sovereignty and digital sovereignty. So this is the main topic I wanted to cover this morning. It's a pleasure to discuss this with you. I would be pleased to discuss this in a more profound way. If you want to contact me and my team, we would be very pleased to show you and demonstrate to you what Anthos can bring to your company. And I think that's it from me. Thank you very much.